You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tel, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check waifu. Tellionaire, is that you?
You know it is. Feeling like Love to Kill kind of hit hard.
Is episode 135 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Loot Complex. Make sure y'all go to lootcomplex.com. Use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com. And if you want to show some love, man, shout out to we want to show some love, to our Patreon producers, AB, Aaron Brown, Dre, the Go G, Jaleesa, Cad the Pro, Explicitly, Monique Williams, and our boy Nachi. Thank y'all so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. Also, if you want to learn about hosting your own website, find out about that a little later in the episode. Thank y'all so much for producing, sponsoring, and appreciating this episode of Mic Check Waifu. This is an anime podcast that comes to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. EST. Oh, man. And what a show we have for you today. Now we can finally say, officially, for the 16th time in like 10 episodes, the winter season has finally started. Officially. We've been trying
to get here.
For some reason, everything was delayed to later in December, which is definitely unusual for anime seasons. We've been doing this for technically 3 winter seasons now, right?
Man, yeah.
So it's not been a full 3 years, but it's been a full 3 winter seasons, and this is the latest it's ever started. What's funny though, Tel, is
what's
that
up?
Coming into this winter season, listening to us way back in the 2022 winter preview season, we said, man, it ain't gonna be much. It ain't gonna be much this year. He was like, maybe we can start adding different shows to the list. But as I look at our list now, even with the new stuff that we added, including what it was yesterday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11 shows. Now I'm counting Demon Slayer because the new arc. It started in fall with the Mugen Train arc or whatever. But this new arc started 8 weeks ago, so roughly almost the start of winter, or 7 weeks ago. It's a lot of shows, man. It's a lot for sure. And I think that's more than what we watched in the spring, right? I mean, in the fall. Sorry.
Yeah, but also you got to realize. Obviously, we both realize this. Some of these are going to fall off. Because they're not all guaranteed to be good.
Valid point.
Some of them will stick with just because they're that bad.
Valid point.
And some of them will stick with because they're that good.
Speaking of that bad, what you think about Platinum In this week?
It was one of their better episodes, in my opinion. Yeah. I actually enjoyed this episode.
Okay. Wow.
I'm not gonna say I loved it, but it was better.
I'm gonna give you a hard time.
It was some stuff that felt like I was getting shot in the head. That's grating on my mind. It was like, why is this even still going on? But then when it finally happened, I was like, okay, this is bearable.
Okay, yes, I completely understand what you mean by that, because I was feeling the same way. I'm like, come on, why
are we still doing this?
Why are we repeating the same shit over and over and over just for the end result to be what we already know what it should have been 3 episodes ago? I agree. It's wild. It's wild that it took this long to even get somewhat of a decent taste. And now nobody's still singing his praises. It's still
at all.
It's still a show. It's still a show that needs a lot of work, obviously. But I mean, that was something, that had me like, okay.
And that's kind of wild. I know this ain't a topic, but why does this show really need that spit shine? It really needs that extra polish, because it's not that the concept is bad. It's just the delivery is trash.
It's absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Because the concept is there. Even if we know, obviously, there are other battle style anime, right? Battle royale anime, whatever you want to call it. But something about this, like you said, delivery is just it's so off. Everything about it's off. It could have been so great though. And
I'm gonna bring it up later, but the major issue I have with this is like I don't see how this can progress after this.
And maybe that's the point, to give you intrigue, right? Like maybe the point.
But I'm not intrigued. I'm thoroughly disappointed.
Okay. That and this is just me thinking out loud, right? Like I totally agree with you. I don't see I think they're trying to incur intrigue, but I don't fucking care.
Y'all gonna hear exactly what we're talking about when we get to the Platinum Man spoiler section.
Yeah.
Polo, you gonna let us? What's the spoilers this week?
So this week, since the winter seasons are finally here, we have to readjust our spoiler talk. Our spoiler talk is going to consist of Demon Slayer, Platinum Man, and dare I say, 24th Award. Tokyo 24th Award is obviously going to be one we spoil.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that in the second half of the show. That's obviously after the music break. But before we get into that, there are a couple of shows we watched that are new. I do want to know though, before we get into that, what was your episode of the week for this week?
Oh, sheesh.
It's a killer, right?
So
this is the week of January 16th, by the way.
Not that. It's between Love of Kill and I'm gonna go with Ranking of Kings.
Ooh, okay. Man, for me, what's funny is I'm not gonna. Obviously, we both still, again, I'm speaking for Tel here. I don't know if this is correct or not. I haven't talked to him about this at all. I'm assuming that we're trying not to give it to Demon Slayer because that'll be
come on, bro.
That'll just be a consistent theme, okay?
If we're trying to be objective.
Yes, okay. I'm just checking. I got to check every week to make sure that we're both on the same page with that. Okay, I just want to clarify that. But you're absolutely right. Ranking the Kings was a good one, but for me, I'm gonna have to go with How the Realest Hero Rebuild the Kingdom.
Okay.
And the reason being, and it's again what the ranking, How the Realest Hero Rebuild the Kingdom. It's been what it's been, right? A lot of talking, but the chess that's being played is incredible. And the question that they asked in this episode, I'm not going to go into any detail whatsoever because that'll be spoilers. But the question that they asked in this episode about a certain topic, i.e., being how the world is viewed from someone who's not from it, is extremely intriguing. And you know what?
That's I'm
gonna slide that in the spoiler talk as well, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. But also, since we're talking about Realist Hero, what did you think about the Genius Prince?
Okay, so that is a new one that just came. Obviously, we both watched it. Another different take on it, right? Like, except it's not a hero, something from another world, right?
Yeah,
it's just a fantasy world with a prince that is actually a genius. I liked it, man.
So yeah, I thought it was super interesting.
Yeah.
I was thoroughly surprised because I was going in expecting more of that cookie cutter template.
Yeah, and him to be more serious type character as well. But I kind of like this facade.
Because he doesn't want to do it, but it's like he's so good at it that it just keeps happening for him.
Yeah.
And his assistant,
dope as fuck, incredible,
already dope, super nice, super wholesome, and she understands his motives, but everyone else is seeing his motives as something else.
Yep, it's that facade, and it's something about, I don't know, when somebody maybe it's projecting because I can't do it. And this is a weird fucking thing to say, and I hate saying it, but I'm gonna say it because I can't put on a front of any sort. So when I see somebody pulling that shit off, well, it's so interesting to me of how they do that, right? It's so fucking cool because he's literally a whole nother person. Like when he's talking to his officers or when he's interacting with his kingdom as a whole, but then when he's dealing with his assistant, which I'm gonna just guess to say that they're like childhood friends or something like that. Then it's him being a pouty little, I don't want to do this kind of whiny brat, and it's fucking enjoyable for some weird reason, strangely enough.
And I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it, but I do like the actual strategy that goes into it, right? Because he didn't want to do a lot of the things that he did, but once he was forced into a situation, we did get to see that he's actually a strategist. He's he's smart. He knows what he's doing, and it's actually just it's intriguing. It's nice. It's a nice, like I say, give and take from something like Realist Hero. So it was good. I was thoroughly surprised. Like I said earlier, I'm just like, man, okay, we do got some good stuff coming this season that I wasn't ready for.
Yeah, no, that one was like, we was kind of like okay on it, but turned out to be very interesting. A little quick side note, I do want to say, the strongest sage get the weakest crest. Really good episode again. I like how they are building that world out more. It's feeling really, really good. We got a lot of explanation on that life. But another new thing was my sleeper that came out this week. Love of Kill. I must say, it was fucking fire, bro.
It was good. It was good as fuck.
I wasn't expecting this though. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I had zero notion of what it was gonna be, right? Like, I came in knowing nothing, and it's so fucking weirdly interesting. So, okay. Am I understanding this correctly? He's an assassin.
He is. He seems like an assassin.
Okay. So okay. I mean, we could talk about the first episode. Everything happened in the first episode. He's an assassin who comes across a bounty hunter who is our main character, and she's something about her I like a lot. I don't know what it is. She's incredible, and she's really
cool.
Yeah, she's really monotone and dry and kind of what you would call a boring character, quote unquote. But something about her I like. Again, I guess the word of the day is fucking intrigue for the Mike Check Waifu podcast, because I'm intrigued by her and her story. But she comes across this assassin after he is done assassinating what looks to be a bunch of people. She tried to what seemed to be complete the bounty hunt and failed miserably because he's a fucking demon. So, like,
and when you say demon, he's definitely a demon.
He's definitely a demon, yeah.
Like taking out whole mob bosses and stuff like that. And I might be wrong, but when they said, "Hey, we need you to get this guy," was it not him?
It was totally him.
That's what I'm trying. I'm like,
what are you doing?
First of all, you said he just took out a whole gang by himself and their 10 leaders. 10 of their leaders. That's
why the dude was like, yeah, they must be desperate if they calling on a company like ours, because this shit like is ridiculous. They say they contracted every possible company that there was to try to get this one guy. And yeah, I think that that nominates you as a full-fledged demon.
For sure.
According to Mike Check.
He's also like, and I hate to say it, but I feel like if you put yourself in the shoes of an assassin, right? While I do think that he has ulterior motives, I also think that maybe he really does just have interest in this girl. You know?
Wow. Like, okay. So we have two different thoughts then, because I don't see an ulterior motive.
Look, I'm just saying, because it wouldn't make sense for him not to have an ulterior motive, but it also is. I mean, it's an anime, so it's also just ridiculous to think that, like, of course, an assassin this good who spends all his life assassinating shit probably wants a little bit of love in his life, right? And he sees this girl who got something that she ain't necessarily paying him attention. You know, it's not like he's not. Okay, he's probably not super well known because most people who see him probably die.
True.
but you know, for the people who do know him, he probably don't have people all over him. So, you know.
Yeah. I'm on the opposite spectrum. I think he came across a girl who actually gave him something to sought after, right? Like, I don't see it being an ulterior motive, only because of the fact is their first encounter. He almost lost. And he's a demon, and he knows he's a demon. So he's like, "Whoa, wait a minute! This girl gave me a little something. Who is this?" And then that's when he kind of piqued his interest, and obviously her playing quote unquote hard to get is it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
You think he almost lost?
No, but
I was gonna say I felt like he was 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, no, I guess surprised him.
This the Polo, you playing chess and you playing checkers and he was playing chess.
Yeah, I think that's the case, but it still surprised him of the I don't know what the fuck is the word.
Competition.
It just surprised him. I think he saw her as capable and was like, whoa, and she's cute, like she's a waifu for sure. So it's like, wait a minute, now I'm interested. So with that being said, his method is going about it is definitely unique. Going after bounty targets that she know that she would possibly won't, and using that as a ransom for him to take her on a date. And it was an interesting date. What you think about? Where do you think that's going to go?
So I feel like they definitely have an ulterior story, like not an ulterior. They definitely have a story that they're going to build in the background.
Yeah,
I feel like this is one of those series that's going to be like the story's happening in the background, but in the meantime, until like the last few episodes, they're going to give us almost like that trial and tribulation of the week thing until it gets to that major like climax. But like all that stuff's going to come together. That's how I see it, because an Assassin series almost has to be that way. Like, like they're going to do things that lead up to the bigger thing and find out that he's not probably as cold as they thought he was. That he was doing this for a reason,
right? And
he actually wasn't the bad guy. You know, he was bad for the gangs and stuff, but he wasn't bad for the world.
Exactly right. I'm interested though. Another sleeper that's banging. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I'm not gonna say I got it or something like that.
Nah, because Lido actually ain't bad.
Lido ain't bad.
I'm not saying it's better, but it ain't bad. No.
I'm with you.
It's definitely still interesting.
Both of them are extremely interesting. Speaking of that, episode 2 was again nice and cute and just a smile, a palate cleanser, if you will.
I love when I pick something that's like not just palatable, but like you said, a palate cleanser, something that's like wholesome.
Yes.
This reminds me of almost like the Saints Magic Powers Omnipotent, and I wish I had chosen that as my sleeper, because that was just like,
it was an incredible show.
It was chill. It was good. This one we got to see, her kids.
Yes.
And her son is like super passionate about seeing her again.
Yeah, I loved it.
I was like, let's go. And then how she talked to the townspeople before she left, it was just good. We haven't necessarily seen any action or anything yet. Not even sure if this is gonna be like an action-packed series, but it was still very just good. It was like it's almost slice of life isekai, just like you're going through the life of this character. Yeah,
I want to mention this before we move on to the next new one that we got here. I mean, it's not new, but it's newer, I guess. Whatever. There was something that both the father Rob, aka the father of Vash, aka Dad Needs to Talk podcast. Shout out to him. He's pretty dope dude. And over there, and then one of our listeners who's been following us for and listening to us for quite a while, Lobo on Twitter. I'm gonna go to their tweet specifically so I can make sure I mention it properly. It's Dad Needs to Talk podcast says good episode. Gave me a couple of things to check out. Are either of y'all going to check out My Dress Up Darling? And I said probably not. We saw that during the preview and decided against that one. But we also got a message from Lobo. He says, I just listened to the latest episode and waited for you guys to talk about it, referring to My Dress Up. And he said, that's a show that definitely deserves a watch. This might be his show of the season might be his show of the season. And besides someone going to anime, and he said, don't sleep on it. I didn't watch it still. I am going to watch it just because of those two.
Yeah, I 100% will pick it up.
Yeah, just because y'all mentioned it, and then what Lobo said obviously piqued my interest, because I feel like from his taste of what he gave us Overgear too, and we keep freaking forgetting to pick that back up again. But just from his taste from that, it was really good. I think I'm gonna pick it up because those two I trust. So we're gonna give that a go and report back to y'all next week. So apologize for not reporting to you this week on it, but we will talk about it next week. But one show that's finally here, that's back. Bruh, I had to go to the site that shall not be named for this one.
Because it got the uncensored version.
Yes, of course. World's End Harem. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna make fun of me, okay? Because they all know my taste in anime.
It's a polo-ass anime.
It's a polo-ass anime. But, it's deeper than that, right? Because a polo-ass anime don't usually be deeper than that. I'm not even gonna hold you. A polo-ass anime just means it's either a harem, something ecchi, or a slice of life, really. And normally if it's ecchi and a harem, it's normally not. It's dry. It's fucking just. It's there for the get goods, I guess. I don't fucking know. Should I say goods? Is that okay? I'm gonna say goods. But World's End Harem is something a little bit more than that, right? Like it has substance.
They're definitely feeding a story.
Yes, it has substance, which is different for me. I'm kind of in bliss right now. Right now.
They gave us a hint of plot, some hooks in there.
Yes,
and
man.
I wasn't expecting that, but I like it. I do like it.
Right. Like, I mean, if y'all didn't know, we watched episode 1 a long time ago when it first came out, and then it was delayed. It was supposed to come out in the summer of 2021. It was delayed all the way into winter, unfortunately. And now it's back. Episode 2 dropped, and it was something extremely interesting because, again, they dropped that little plot that is extremely deep. Again, the World's End Harem is about a show where all the men in the world just about died, the ones that aren't in cryo sleep. It's about 3 men in the world left so far that's not in cryo sleep. They're awake, or 2 is awake right now, and 1 is still in cryo sleep, and they're trying to figure out how to cure this virus called the MK virus, man killer virus. It kills men the moment they're out in the world. So with that being said, all the women in the world are trying their damnedest to mate with these 2 men right now, because then they'll have status, obviously, because if you become a pregnant woman in this world, you are valued highly. You are a queen, even though all of them are queens anyway. I'm just say that now. But you are valued even higher than that because you literally are the bearer of life in this particular instance, because there's nobody around, no men around. So you are going to be the start of this new world. So our main character, he's in a situation where he has to, navigate, I guess, if you will, his morals, right? Yeah, there it is, Polo. You go. He has to navigate. He has to navigate his morals and keep them up and do good. And
hear me out.
What's up?
His morals, I understand. Entirely, right? Because he said something before he left, and he was thinking when he woke up life was going to be this specific way, right? Because to him, he didn't miss a beat. As far as he know, he went into cryo sleep and was like, I love you and I'm going to marry you when I come out, basically. And he came out and was like, all right, 5 minutes ago I said this, and he's like, hold up.
Yeah, that put it into perspective too. Really good job, because I forgot about that point. And
while I do understand him, I do also understand the fact that if there's 3 of y'all and 3 billion women out there, or 4 billion women, or 5 billion women out there, you might have to do it for the greater good, But also, like, I don't think he should give up on what he wants.
Yeah,
I definitely don't. I definitely think he should do what he wants and get his girl back, because that's the goal. But finding out that his assistant and her look identical.
Jesus Christ. I know y'all heard that, because I know y'all heard it. That was somebody's car. Shout out to Houston, I guess. But yeah, no, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, finding out that his assistant girl and the girl he basically said he was in love with basically look identical was another cool plot twist in there. I don't want to throw too much out there, because obviously there's spoilers incoming if we do that, but yeah.
And yes, I watch it. It's more than just the AOT or ANT, I guess. Speaking of AOT, I watched the latest episode. I still don't care, but I will say this objectively, like, like seriously, objectively, I don't like the characters on the show. I don't care about the characters on the show. That is forever my stance on this show. But I will say this: something that AOT gets right is the music and atmosphere. The music and the atmosphere of what's going on around them, beautiful, just so well done.
It's crazy.
It don't look that great. I'm gonna still say that. Like, Mappa is fucking this up, in my personal opinion, because they did a flashback to Studio Wit's art, and I'm like, that just looks so much better than what the fuck I'm looking at right now. But I will say this: what Mappa did is more relevant to the panels in the manga. So I guess, to each his own. Whoever, whatever y'all like is whatever y'all like. I just can't give a fuck again.
I think the intro is the hardest part of the season so far.
I fucking hate the intro, but that's also because I hate metal music. So
yeah, I like metal.
Yeah, that's just me.
I don't like screamo when it's too much screaming. A couple of screams and growls here and there, I can take that.
My brain is just too chill for that life. I work out to R&B and lo-fi, so I don't want to hear screamo.
Polo be working out trying to get his heart rate up, but it just keep going down.
It works, man. Chilling. It works, man. I listen. Signs of love making. I done kill some reps to that. Weird, I know. It's fucking strange.
Hold up.
Wait, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it.
What are you doing?
I don't get it. It works. Okay, I can run 5 miles to some Genuine. I don't know.
I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Apparently, Polo blood be rushing to the wrong place when he working out.
Oh, I might have to cut this part out.
Come on, bro. What are you doing?
Hey,
you working out the signs of love making?
Hey, listen, man.
Polo working out to Bed by Jay Holiday. Come on.
Never. I hated Jay Holiday, but
he bench pressing the baby to knock in the boots, man. Come on.
Hey, man, they ain't call me the freaks in the sheets for nothing, man. Hey, no, I'm done. I quit. I hate this podcast. I'm turning it off. I'm turning this shit around.
That's good. You can't take that out, man. That's the best part. That's the best part.
Oh my God. I don't know where that fucking came from. Anyway, AOT atmosphere is well done. This shit is still boring. I don't care.
Yeah, I rock with you. I understand that.
Let's move on to World's End Harem is great. AOT is great.
What else did you watch that was new?
Nothing. Oh yeah, nothing else new other than that.
Okay, so I watched 2 other things. One,
oh shit,
Tribe 9. Don't watch it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
It's a sports anime, but it's like a futuristic cyberpunk. Like they have it's a sports anime where they play baseball in the city, and you pitch the ball with a suit of armor on, and it goes super fast, and you hit it with like a superpowered baseball bat, and it goes flying through the city. The main character is supposed to be like overpowered in this game, like he always does exactly what he says he's gonna do. It's basically Build Divide, but better, but not. More action and fast paced than Build Divide, but it's about baseball because this is going to be about a game. The first time I heard about Tribe 9 was from the game trailer, like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
Okay.
But this anime is not necessarily. It's the art though is like Danganronpa.
Oh, Danganronpa. Okay.
Yeah. Danganronpa. It looks like that, and it doesn't look bad at all to me.
No, it looks. It's just beautiful art.
No, I don't like the characters suck too. But then I also, and it's super shonen-y, but Sabikui Bisco. I actually don't hate this one yet. The characters seem very interesting. I thought this was going to be very shonen-esque, and I was avoiding this one as my sleeper because I thought this is going to be super shonen-y and I'm going to hate it. Yeah. But it's not. It's not so far. Basically what it is it's like a apocalyptic world, and what it is that mushrooms cause what they call the rusting, where you have basically rust growing throughout your entire body. And there are people who use the mushrooms as like an attack device. Like they shoot an arrow or whatever, and mushrooms sprout from wherever they attack, and it causes people who come near those mushrooms to rust and everything like that. That's one of our main characters. The other main character is actually someone who makes medicine, and he's trying to solve that problem. I see. So they kind of finally meet in the first episode, but it's actually not necessarily bad. The first few minutes of the episode is actually very interesting, especially in terms of getting to know the characters and seeing how things in the world are working. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I'm gonna keep watching. I'm probably gonna stick with this one for real.
Okay, so what's funny is that I added that to my watching list, so it's sitting up here, and it's the only one this week that I didn't watch. I had to make sacrifices because I was kind of in a rush because my week has been filled with other stuff, but this is one that's definitely in there. I added it because I'm like, you know what? After reading it, I'm gonna watch it. Obviously didn't get a chance to because some Orient, like I watched it episode 2.
I watched it too.
That shit don't make no fucking sense, bro. It just literally makes zero sense, and it's just the ugliest thing. Again, art style wise, it's the ugliest show I've ever looked at. I don't know why I'm interested though.
What it is because you didn't hate the Magi art style.
No.
It's because they doing it too much. They overboarding the Magi.
I don't even think it's overboarding the Magi because Magi was a lot smoother than this. This is like,
is it the animation?
Yeah, it's the animation. It's kind of like.
Well, I was gonna say what's throwing me off and what makes me think because I think this, like, generally when I look at it, is that the art style it's not stand out enough, right? Like there are things that they're trying to make stand out that just seem like too much. But then it's like what I hate about it is why are they riding motorcycles that are spiritual motorcycles? That kind of bothers me a little bit. Yeah. Like I would feel better or more engaged if it was like horses. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got sword. Like what the fuck? It just none of it makes sense. Like I ain't gonna hold you. It's just none of it. Like from a fucking world building, I did like the way they interwoven some of the past, but they didn't give us enough time. Like I don't know this guy yet, so I don't really care that much about him and his sword and everything like that. The Bushi makes no sense. Like eat the motherfucking guy with a sword. You're 25 feet tall. Why is he not just throwing him in the sword in his mouth instead of trying to knock him off the sword? But you know, I guess
first of all, that was not 25 feet tall. That was like 200.
You know what I'm saying? It
250 feet tall.
Exactly. It just didn't make any fucking sense. But I'm just like, I'm interested. Again, the animation is so fucking it's like 12 frames per second a lot of the time. It's weird as hell. I don't know what the fuck going on there. It's like a slideshow sometimes, but I enjoy it. Something about it I enjoy. All right, man. That was a cool 31 minutes. Let's move on to getting to know Mike Check Waifu before we slide into that spoiler talk. Yeah. Wait. I know we talked about this before we started, but am I reading the question?
Yeah, you're reading the question. So I'm reading the question. You doing the number generator. So we got 50
I feel like
questions.
I did that last week, but
I wrote the number generator last week.
Copy that. 50 questions. Generate number 11.
What anime was better than expected? And let's do you want to do just in general?
Yeah.
All right.
What anime was better than expected? I mean, everybody's gonna know what we're gonna say. It's like Astro Lost in Space, right? Like it was better than what we expected. We didn't expect shit.
I don't want to say that one though.
Yeah, I know. Okay. It's easy
because that one's obvious. We know we're gonna say that one. Hold up. Look. I'm gonna make it quick. I got one. I definitely got one.
Talk to him. Tell him.
Link Click. Ring Here Kings. Banish from the Heroes Party. Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy.
Yes. Yeah, way better than expected.
Oh, for me, because I don't think you watched it. Madoka Magica.
Okay.
I did not expect that at all.
Interesting.
Don't ever watch Beastars.
What?
Not Beastars. That's not what I meant.
Oh, I'm about to say that.
Scarred on the Praetor or
bro, I was about to say you need to tell me you rated that higher than.
It was next to it. It was next to it right here on this list. X-Arm. Don't watch X-Arm.
No. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but that's it.
That's pretty good. 86.
Oh, yeah.
Way better than expected.
And 86 is already on my good list, so I just completely forgot that it was.
You forgot that we started off and was like, you know.
I don't know. Yeah, I forgot. We didn't think it was like that.
Shout out to Saphir. I swear if it wasn't for him, and that gilded thing we used to have. We still have it, but we wouldn't have watched it. So shout out to him. All props to him. Yeah, that's a good list. When we come back, we gonna go to break to a Telfon Sega joint. Shout out to the YouTube demons. They gonna hit me, but it's worth it. It's Telfon Sega. He got a new song that's out on Spotify right now. Just search Telfon Sega. You'll find it there, or you'll find it in the show notes as well. We'll be right back after these.
Polo and Tel, is that you?
Yo, Polo.
What's up, Tel?
If you have a business, you need a website, right?
Absolutely.
And what's the best way to get a website up and running?
By using the right hosting company.
Right, and one that makes it simple like Pear Networks. Pear has over 20 years of experience managing the entire digital ecosystem for thousands of online businesses already all around the world.
That's awesome. We've been using Pear for the last 3 years. Pear makes it easier for you with do-it-yourself website building tools and features, including simple drag and drop page design. They also offer guaranteed US support technicians ready to help you whenever you need it, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
And right now, when you sign up with Pear Networks, you'll receive 1 free month of web hosting. See for yourself how easy it is to build your website for free. Visit pear.com/free to get your first month of website hosting for free by using the code QUICKSTART.
You can't be free. That's pear.com/free. Promo code QUICKSTART to get started today.
Down from that ledge and started again, but I almost didn't. And I get so manic and I go way up and way down. It's only static, can't escape the sound. I'm only myself when there is nobody else around. Am I crazy, crazy, crazy to believe someone somewhere alone out there is crazy like me? And maybe it was all a dream, and I wake up next to someone that's crazy for me. Till then, all alone, all alone, all alone. Till then, all alone, all alone. Well, I got this strange condition, and I bleed from a place that I can't replace, so I changed my position. It hit me like a train, saw it all in a vision. I'm not ready to go, I can't do it alone, so I stay on a mission. I get so manic and I go way up and way down. It's only static, can't escape the sound. I'm only myself when there is nobody else around. Am I crazy, crazy, crazy to believe someone somewhere alone out there is crazy like me? And maybe it was all a dream, and I wake up next to someone that's crazy for me. Till then, all alone, all alone, all alone.
to episode 135 of Mike Check Waifu. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Mike Check Waifu, at King Teliano, at Polo Bornfly. We'd appreciate that. And rate the podcast on Spotify. You can do that now. So if you listen to us on Spotify, if you're listening to us on Spotify right now, go ahead and give us those 5 stars. We'll appreciate you forever. And let's get started with the spoilers. I obviously want to start off with Demon Slayer. A lot of people watch Demon Slayer so they can keep listening. Oh boy. It's almost next to impossible to not make this episode of the week every fucking week after week 4.
A lot of the issue, a lot of what makes it hard is the pacing when it gets good is good. Like when the pacing for Demon Slayer gets good, it is on point.
Great.
And then you add it with that beautiful animation. And it's not even like so let's go back to the pacing. It started off right where we left off at.
Oh, I love that. I love when they do that, man.
Nezuko stomping girl out.
Her ass, bro. Okay, so when she stumping her out, I'm like, this is the most incredible shit I've ever seen. But where's the rest of this show gonna go after that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? She's about to die. She's gonna die. Like Nezuko's gonna kill this bitch. But when she just literally, like, when everything happened in what that fucking sad ass scene of Tanjiro's brother waking him up, man, it fucking kills me every single time. Something about that family, I don't know why we didn't have that family for very long at all. Episode 1 they were gone. So
it's the connection to Tanjiro.
But it's that connection to Tanjiro. It has to be, because I am attached to that family like they've been here for 24 episodes in season 1, but they just haven't. And that is again what Demon Slayer does so well. Like so good.
And I was gonna say a lot of what you said about other anime kind of fits in with this. Like, you know how like we learn about the world as our main character does. It's not that we learn about his family as he does. It's more about we remember them in the moments when he remembers them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So yeah. it really hits home, because like yes, he's always mourning and caring about his family, but he's holding on to what he has right now, right? So he holds on to Nezuko often, but there's moments when he can't do it himself, and that was like that moment when he saw his little brother. And we've been seeing his siblings, his younger siblings, throughout this little encounter with this demon specifically. Right. But this moment just kind of sparked that extra, like, she's not going to ever be the same again if you don't do something, right? Yep. And that hit, right? But what made this scene very impactful, and it wasn't even like the biggest scene, it was like a split-second scene. I don't even know if you even caught it or even care about it. But it was when they said that, and we see Nezuko stomping girl out and kind of like getting ready to attack the humans. We see Tanjiro do his quick footsteps. It's literally just a split second, but I felt like relief.
Yes.
A little bit there. It was like they gave me that little breath there, and it was only a second long, not even.
I was able to breathe is what they gave us. They gave us a moment of brevity in such high tension. It was fucking disgusting, that tension. Like that tension, I swear I was holding my breath. I'm like, no, fuck, no. But it didn't happen. And when it didn't happen, when like that split second, I'm like, yes, we already know who it was. Like it wasn't even a surprise on who it was going to be. But the fact that it happened, it was a breath of fresh air. Everything about her fight with her though, from the blood art to the fucking now we learn that she was never even decapitated in the first place. She just congealed the blood and used her blood art to control her limbs, which essentially was incredible. It was something. It's just
She's
so
upper 6 level by herself at this point,
whooping her ass. But guess what? When we're watching it, we're like, man, there's no fucking way this upper 6, because if Uzi, if he comes in, he's gonna kill her in like 2 seconds. Because if Nezuko and Tanjiro was working her ass for a lot of it, how the fuck is she gonna fight a Hashira? But then we learn how.
So first of all, Tanjiro's holding his sister, sword in her mouth, holding her back, trying to keep her from killing these people, and he can't think of what to do. And then we see Uzui run in.
Demon.
Super fast, just swoops in. And he just like kneels down and talking to Tanjiro like, This is your sister? This is what's going on after that grand show you did with the Grandmaster?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. Like, what is going on
What the
here?
fuck is this? Oh, so this is her, huh? Get her under control. Goddamn it. She don't belong on this battlefield. He was spitting
He's
facts.
like, get her under control. Sing her a lullaby, something like that. And then the demon turned around like, what are you doing here? You I'm glad you came to take care of me.
For me.
Yeah, you made it easy for me. He was like, why are you talking to me? And he literally that's not exactly what he said, but he turned around and said,
he said, I'm not talking to you.
you can't be upper six. She's like, I am upper six. I'm strong. He's like, you shouldn't be talking to me. Stop talking to me. And then
the fucking head falls off.
This falls off, bro. I'm like, oh.
I'm like,
that gave me
what?
That gave me Rengoku vibes.
Blew me back.
And that's another thing they've done so well. Establishing the strength of these Hashira.
Yes.
Is beautiful.
Yes.
I love how they've established that yes, Tanjiro did a great job. He did way better than he could have ever imagined, or we could have ever imagined. Nezuko did a great job, did way better than we could have ever imagined. But when he walks into the room,
you can feel it.
It's just different.
Yes.
It's different. And he walked into the room and her head was already cut off. She just had to take a step and it fell.
That's what so many anime, quote unquote, of the like, right, don't do right. And this is why I think this is why I think we both love Fire Force so much and Demon Slayer so much more than we've ever gave that love to. I don't know what are shows like this that people talk about a lot. It's not really many anymore.
Yeah.
But the point being, their fucking power scaling is so important to the show for the viewer to understand what the difference in powers are or could be or is incredible. Because again, this entire episode, I was second guessing like, yo, who the fuck is she like she's getting her ass beat. So I'm like, something ain't right about that. I had that feeling in my head, like something ain't right about this the entire time. Because she was losing a lot. And we know what was he, lower three? The lower three did to Rengoku. We're like, yo, she's supposed to be stronger than that? Or is it lower stronger?
I think the hold on, let's look it up. I'm gonna Google it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because if that's like either way, we know that if you're in the lower or upper, you're strong as fuck. Okay, because we just saw what the lower three did to one of the strongest Hashira that was said to be in the Hashira.
Yeah. So the upper six are all stronger than the lower six.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So her being upper six means she's stronger. She should be killing Hashira.
Exactly. So with that being said, I was like, what the fuck? Why is she getting her ass stomped? And then they like, yo, you see her head got cut off, right? She ain't dead. She ain't fading away. And they established that for us. Like, well, what the fuck is going on? The mystery, the intrigue, bro. I'm telling you, there's nothing greater than this feeling of watching it and enjoying it. And again, I want to thank Tel, because Tel is a manga reader through and through, for not picking up the manga on this one, even though I know he wanted to, because experiencing this like this feels so much better to me to just talk about it. And probably because it's what started the podcast, blah, blah, blah. But it just feels good to do this, because being that surprised about something like that is incredible. When her brother came out of the shadows like that, and he was
out of her back, out of her back, bro.
Yeah, you're right. He came out of her. We just saw the shadow of that. For him to do what he did to Uzui, fucking demon. It's so hard to say what we say about evil villains in this show in this podcast.
They're actually demons.
They're actually demons. So it's a little redundant, but y'all know what we mean. But he's a fucking demon, man. And it all made sense.
It was so cool, because like it goes to show that like she is upper six, but she is part of the front, right?
Yes.
She's not the strength and the brains of the operation. She's the beauty of it. And even though she might be stronger than like the lower six by herself, she's not the brunt force of this. And what made it so cool was that we saw her have like these kind of like, we saw her have those flashbacks of when Muzan fought the demons, or the fire, the sun breathers, right?
Tanjiro died.
But we also saw her brother like kind of like making her feel better because she was crying, and he came out and he just like was ready for whatever. He's like, oh, they made you cry, even though he was calling her stupid basically.
Yeah, like you're a bimbo.
You know. And he instantly
popped off.
Instantly got to action, bro. Through his size, and Tanjiro was like, is that another demon?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from? Inosuke and Zenitsu still running up.
Yep. They finally put up.
They ain't there yet, but they running.
If Zenitsu stays asleep the entire time, I'm okay. Because that means
he's a demon.
He's gonna be a demon the entire time. Like just stay doing your thing. Because if you start that screaming, I'm gonna be so fucking mad because the show is going so well right now. It's going so fucking good with this pacing. Even the characters, like, again, we used to talk about it way back in the day, from fucking episode 20 probably plus, how we felt like Tanjiro was a little you know. And after the movie hit, Tanjiro opened up like a fucking book, and we just feel a lot more attached, which made for me the show even better than what it was for me than season 1 into this arc. Like, honestly, this is truly something incredible. And again, this is not, I don't care about whatever hype it got from the manga. I don't care about whatever hype it got from Annie Twitter or whatever hate it got from Annie Twitter. This is just me speaking for myself. This show is actually incredible and is way better than anybody give it credit for. I don't understand why they get so much hate, because if this is what it turns into, like, there's so many people like, yo, this show sucks, that read it. How do you read this and say that? Because I got a feeling it's probably even more. Well, maybe not. It could be more detailed in the manga, or it could be like, it's just so beautiful to watch.
From what I've seen too, like, this isn't like the best arc. We still aren't at the best arc yet. So it's like, and this does seem high quality. It seems like it's just about to get wild. Yeah. So I'm surprised at, like, you know, people's expressions and I guess
distaste for it,
how they look at it. Yeah.
Is it because it rose to fame too fast?
I mean, that's very possible, but I just think that's how it's always gonna be like that when something new comes about until it solidifies its place, in which, I mean, technically it did, because it outsold One Piece. And that's hard. That's real hard. That's real hard. And it also One Piece by more than twice as much. So, you know,
I don't know, man. I don't get it. Because it has to be, you know, what I call them, against the grainers. You know, I want to go against the popular opinion type people. I don't like that I never could understand. I don't give a fuck about them people. I don't give a fuck about the people who like it. I don't care about the people who don't like it. You can't. I don't see how objectively you can criticize this show and call it. I've heard Sensei Legoat is what I call him. His take on this show, he calls it boring. I never would understand that take whatsoever. I respect him, but I never would understand that take. There's a lot of people that say it's just not good, and for reasons being, hey, their sword powers aren't real, whatever the fuck. That was a lame one. I don't see a real reason. Nobody has given me a true reason on why they hate this show, and it being tangible.
All right, I got you. Devil's advocate. I'm gonna tell you exactly why I don't like this show.
What's up?
I really don't have a justified reason. You see what I'm saying?
You're a non-fungible token, bro. There's nothing there yet. I don't know. Maybe there's something later. You can not like Tanjiro, because I feel that at one point.
It's because Nezuko doesn't talk.
At one point I didn't either. It's because Nezuko don't talk. Okay, sure.
It's because they made Nezuko look like an adult in the last episode.
Lame as hell. I
saw that complaint. I was like,
that's wild as fuck. It's so wild.
They explained that she can alter her size based on how she feels. They explained that.
Yes. I don't know. I don't get it. I want someone, if you listen to this podcast, and if you're listening to this far, you're probably not, but if you have watched Demon Slayer and you do not like it, please write at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter and explain what's the reason. What is the real reason why you don't like Demon Slayer? Because I have yet to see a legitimate good reason. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't care enough to argue. I just want to know for my curiosity. You know, the only person I argue with, quote unquote, is Montel. That's it. And that's not even an argument. We used to discuss shit like this in the 8th grade. Like it just
all the time.
It don't even matter. I just want to know why. Just give me a reason. That's it. Just like I can give you a reason why I don't like AOT. Give me a reason why you don't like Demon Slayer. Moving on. Demon Slayer episode was fantastic.
Amazing.
What I said was gonna move on. Platinum in.
So, like I said, this episode. Like I said, I enjoyed parts of it.
Yeah.
Some of it was really like grinding gears against my mind, right?
Yes.
And that was like, why do we got to keep going through this explanation of why he's not using such and such arrow? We already get it. Just use your red arrow and figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
Just stop talking to us about it and just do it.
You want to know the best part about this episode to me? And it's fun. It's not the part that he got fucking turned into Swiss cheese and died. I don't care about that. That part was fine. It was cool. But the best
That was a good part.
It was a good part. But the best part, and you're probably gonna agree with me when I mention this, is the only reason why this bastard was playing fair is because he was already shot with a red arrow. That was the best part. I'm like, oh, look at that. Look at that. A little bit of something, a little bit of something. But everything else was like, cool. Why the fuck are we? Why is it taking 15 minutes to get to the inevitable end? It's just, I don't get it. It's just so much, and the flashing backs and ugly art and just shit that I don't give a fuck about for it to be this end result. I guess they try to bring up the dramatics because they did play his ass up for 22 episodes or whatever it is. No, I'm tripping. 14 episodes. It's only been 14. Why do I feel like I've been watching this for 37 episodes?
Because we have. It's been the same shit for 14 weeks.
True. Yeah. And I just feel like it took fucking years to get here.
We've been watching this for over 3 months, bro.
That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. You're right. It has been too damn long for it to be that it is. Yeah, and it's so we've been going in this shit sucks. That just solidified. It sucks because it took 14 weeks to get here. How? How does that even make sense?
Metro Boomin was not that bad.
No.
He was not that good. He was not that tough.
No. Not even that smart, to be honest.
And to watch him beg for his life at the end felt like a complete character shift.
Yep.
I hated that.
I mean, understandable. Like, he didn't want to fucking die. Like, he had this grandmaster plan.
I get it. But first of all, how did
lame as hell.
The bullets were already fired. All of a sudden, he can speak faster than Twister, Eminem, and fucking Jesus Christ mixed in one.
I just spit my... I'm so sorry, Saber. Oh my! I just spit my water out.
You okay?
Time out. Yo, why was he talking so fast while the bullets was in the air?
They were. The bullets were already fired. All of a sudden, he can say everything in the world, begging for his life, telling you, look, I'm only doing this because I was nominated. I'm doing this for my sister. I'm doing this for this, and I'm doing this for that. And everybody is looking at him like, come on, bro. Bro is dying right here. He done died, metaphorically, to fire this gun, and then you are able to still talk in full complex paragraphs?
Oh my God, bro. Wait, I have to go back and rewatch this now. We may be completely wrong. He probably wasn't talking when the bullets was fired.
No, I'm telling you, bro. They stopped the bullets in time, and he was like, yo, that's all he did.
You just ruined it for me, bro. Ruined it. I'm gone. I cannot.
That shit blew me immediately.
I'm so sorry, Saber, because the Saber was right next to me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? My bad, dog. Listen, that blew me. That took me for a loop. I could not stop laughing, bro. That is funny as hell, man. Oh my God. Literally, the bullets was in the air and he's screaming and because he's like yelling, Red, tell him not to do this. And then when they hit him though. That was the most satisfying shit ever, bro.
Now, I didn't expect him to actually be in pieces, right? Like, I expected the holes in his body.
It was a 50
he was
cal.
in pieces. I mean,
from close range.
Yeah, like, so first of all, the impact that they gave us, though, was like, I was like, wait, them bullets is melting on impact. And then they showed us his body got holes in it, and then you see the leg over here, you see the chest over here, you see the head and the hand over there. I'm like, what?
That's about right from that kind of gun.
I'm like, okay.
It's a motherfucking cannon.
He actually gone.
Fucking, this is crazy. This motherfucker was. I'm sorry. The fact that you said this motherfucker over here dying metaphorically. I'm ruined, man. I'm just ruined. I can't believe it. That shit was so funny. Yeah, something about this episode you just made that shit so much worse for me. Because I actually kind of liked it. Kind of. Like, it was very small, but it was a like there. But now I'm like, yo, this shit was so stupid, man. So do you think that kid is like the mastermind behind the whole thing? If that's the spin they spin, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
I don't think pissed. So.
Okay.
I think he could be, but I think he was like Metropolitan Man's decision to like get the media out there, so like they couldn't figure out. Like Metropolitan Man thought he was gonna win, right? They established that he thought he was confident. He thought that everything was gonna go his way no matter what. So that's what I think that kid was. Could he be like somebody? Maybe, but
there's still fucking like 20 episodes or 10 episodes left or some bullshit like that.
I hope this shit is over in the next 4.
Yeah, right. I don't know where they're gonna go from here. I don't care. Yet again. I don't have any intrigue. Yeah, that was.
I'm back next week for our Platinum and Slander.
Yeah, something else. Anyway, last but not least, we're going to talk about Tokyo 24 Forward. Okay, now you remember we always talk about how, again, building character is important. This episode, they build Asumi character the entire episode, which is episode 2 of Tokyo 24 Forward. They gave us who she was, which is Blue's. I'm gonna call them by their color because their names are ridiculous to me. She's Blue's sister. So getting those flashbacks from Mari's perspective was so endearing, and it was so well done because it was like, let's focus on the present. We're focusing on the present, but she's dealing with the past in a way where she has to literally try to navigate what Asumi was able to accomplish in the past and her present. And the way they did that was so well done because she's going to them individually. She's talking to them individually. Hey, this is the situation. This is what's going on. I want to be able to pull them together. And she's thinking of this mentally. I want to be able to pull them together like Asumi did, but I know I'm not her. And you can see, you can feel her jealousy. You can see her. You can see how uncomfortable she was with trying to fulfill that role. But it's like, at the end of the day, all she had to do was just be her. And that, I think, was special throughout the entire episode.
And I think that on top of building up Asumi and what's her name, Mary, right? On top of building up those two characters, they gave us the intentions of the other characters in the background, right?
Slowly, yeah.
Like, so they let us know that because Mary, she goes to talk to Shooter Blue, right? Goes to talk to him first. And he's talking about Asumi like, I heard her voice on the phone. And he very much so believes that. And they fell out because he believes that's really her. And the green and blue or green and red think like, no, there's no way. We know better. We know better. And Mary realizes that when he talks about Asumi, that's all he can think about. That's all he can think about.
Yeah.
But when she goes to talk to who she talks to next, Green, right?
Yeah.
We find out through Green's eyes, when his assistant comes to pick him up, that they're tracking that phone call or that they're tracking whoever called, and then they're trying to figure out what's going on.
I think I said Blue sister, didn't I? I meant Green sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's trying to figure out what's going on. He's trying to figure out what happened here.
Yeah, because however they got those powers, the only way they can get to the bottom of it is finding who made that actual phone call, which is obvious, like genius thinking. I mean, normal thinking.
Right. And then we get to Red or Ran, and he is also got his own kind of like plan to figure out what's going on, how things happen. And it goes to show that like these characters all implement the story or attack the story in different ways.
Yes.
And I think that's why they're going to be powerful allies regardless, right? This is why they are RGB. This is why they are the team that we're left with. And I think they ultimately are going to continue to make this story interesting. They're going to butt heads a lot. And I don't necessarily mean a lot, but they're going to butt heads, and they're going to probably have some emotional, conversations that are going to, I think, are going to result in greatness.
You know what I feel with this? And it's just a weird comparison. You ever seen the movie The Wood?
Yeah.
They remind me of them. Real close, tight-knit group of friends that had some issues, right? But ultimately is going to come together for whatever. I mean, Asami is obviously bringing them together in her own AI kind of way, i.e. her name being Asami AI. But I think it's also very, very fucking well done, because I believe these characters in their how and why they're separate, but they're so together. Like, you can tell that these people need to be together, and it feels welcomed. Like, something about this show, I feel like I've known these characters for ever. Right? Like, I don't, something about those three.
It's a solid group of friends. This is how a group of friends should be. They should be different personalities. They should be able to conflict with each other, and they should also be able to still be cool and figure things out together. That's a solid group of friends.
Everything about it is believable. It's 100% believable, and that's what it is.
I mean, you compared it to The Wood. It's got to be believable.
Yeah, for facts. It's so good though. Like, they're so different. Man, yet similar. It's weird, man. I love it. I love the character development in this show. I really want to know what's going to happen next. This felt like another 40-minute episode, even though it was a regular. But I still feel like I got enough information to where I was satisfied, like I was full.
And yeah, I enjoyed the context that, like, this didn't have to be an action-packed anime episode. This was like, it went from that first episode had some drama to it, some action to it, and this one went more exploratory. We're learning more about the world, and that's good, because we had a 45-minute episode that gave us learning and exploratory information and action to kind of sink us in. And then this episode is getting us more exploratory information. I love that.
I loved it too. It was incredible. I think this is going to be probably what Vivi in 86 was, and Astra, but just quietly, right? Like, it just snuck up like those did. So I'm
at the beginning of the year though.
I know, right?
At the beginning of the year though.
Straight up. I'm looking forward to more of it, man. I can't believe it was this good though. I'm still baffled by it.
Sleepers be sleeping.
Yeah, sleepers be sleeping. There is one more little spoiler I want to talk about though.
That realist hero talk. What you got to say?
Yeah, so if you haven't watched Realist Hero, I'm gonna give you one last shot to just get out of the podcast. The podcast is about to end after this anyway. So thank y'all so much for listening. As always, mic check, all that good stuff. Okay, but how the Realist Hero rebuilt the kingdom. This episode was so talky. They were in one room they were in the one room the entire time, but it was so fucking just good, because what it did was it took the perspective from a guy who's not from this world, who only from a world who has people and animals, who don't know anything about demons and beastmen and
monsters
and fox people and monsters. He don't know anything, no difference between that. They established the problem that is, well, this mankind diplomacy thing that y'all got going on here. I legitimately can't tell the difference between monsters and demons. To me, they're the same. And when he said that, I'm like, what you mean you can't? Oh, wait a minute.
And just to kind of piggyback off that concept, he's not like, two humans. We would not understand that, right?
Nope.
Because even in like D&D, if you eat a kobold, that is cannibalism. If you're a human, like, you ate a human-esque animal
in their world. That's in their world.
Yeah.
But to us, it's a monster. So it's so crazy to think about, because it's like, he's like, when he started asking the question to the panel, which is the people who are actually from this world, or him being not, like, so can you tell me the difference between beastmen and was the kobolds that they use? Like, what's the difference between them two? And they were like, well, it's obvious.
It was like he broke it down. I think he said, "Can you tell me the difference between a mystic wolf,
a
fox, or a mystic wolf, like some kind of special fox, and then a regular wolf?"
Right.
And they or Beastman. They said, they were like, well, I mean, if you look at them, they're like, yeah, they look identical. If you take away that sense that you have that says that this is a demon and this is a monster, what's different about them? Mm-hmm. And that context, right? Because this is a different world, and this is what was cool about that concept you're saying, is that they do have a different sense that he does not possess because he's not from here.
Exactly.
And to him, to have to break it down to them, they look at it and like, wow. And the implication of just saying that alone, that was brought up when he said that, was intense. Like,
very
to
much
think that
so.
This could start wars, civil wars, country
discrimination, wars, and just segregation, all kinds of shit that would just turn this world upside fucking down. Which again makes sense to us because we're humans with animals that we can literally hunt and eat, and animals hunt other animals. But that's not where's the barrier here? Like, what's stopping the Beastman from hunting humans, or humans from hunting monsters that look like animals? But we talked about that. She ate a monster, and they're like, oh, yo, that's not good, but you can eat a human or you can eat an animal, right? Like, it's just so much between it that no isekai has ever covered before. No, I'm from another world type with Beastman and cat people. Like, there's nothing. This has never covered any of that in any other anime. And if you can find it, let me know. And that's what I find so incredible.
This character is not Rimuru.
No,
he's not Rimuru. You can't just eat whatever he wants to.
It's true. Like, that's what makes this so special, is that the discussion that's being had around everything in the show, because it's mostly discussion, is so important to the integral part of this world and world building and chess playing, and it's just incredible. Again, another chess game versus checkers. Yikes! What do you think? What do you think this is like? They kind of explained it, but this secret alliance between the Empire and the Kingdom, what kind of fruit is something like that going to bear? Because there was a lot of discussion about it, but they were talking like circumstances where we didn't quite have the full picture, right? So
I think this is how I guess secret alliances will initially work, right? They have the support of the kingdom, and the Empire has the support of the kingdom, which is Soma and his group, right? Mm-hmm. And he has the support of the Empire, which is Jean and her group. Mm-hmm. And what that means is that they'll establish like trade routes probably, and just overall diplomacy. But like he said, when there is a military presence that's coming through, he is willing to step in as a united front against that military presence, which also means that no one can attack them. Yeah, no one can attack a flank without going through them first. Mm-hmm. So if there is some kind of diplomacy, he is that essentially, or if there is some kind of like aggravation towards the Empire,
the liaison.
Soma can be that liaison. And then when he said about sending the ambassadors, it's brilliant because now he can get his people into the Empire.
Yikes! And he obviously came up with cell phones.
He just came up with cell phones.
He just gave them cell phones, and like, man, that's gonna be huge, absolutely huge for this world. I cannot believe this is 20. I hope this gets more. It's only 24. It's just obviously part 2 of season 1, but it's so good, man. Where the fuck did this come from?
It just, when you got good stuff that come out of nowhere, you just gotta hope it stick around.
It just showed up. And again, I say this all the time, but that's what this podcast is for, here to give you that shit that you would never even think of being good. Hopefully you watch it. We hope you do. Please do. So you can talk about it with us on Twitter at MikeCheckWaifu. And that'll be the end of episode 135.
So we just finished talking about that greatness that's realist hero, as well as Tokyo 24th War, which has made it into our coveted position of spoiler talk. Platinum End, our least favorite of the coveted position in Spoiler Talk. Demon Slayer, great episode, man. It's hard to say it's not episode of the week. We also got to know Mic Check Waifu with anime that was better than expected. Let us know what your anime that's better than expected was. Could it be an old one, a new one, something like that? Let us know. Polo is stuck on Orient, even though he doesn't know why. What could that be? It's the art style, probably. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. You know, it's an episode. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it was an episode. World's End Harem. I like that scenario. It's a good anime. We also were recommended My Dress Up Darling, so I think we're gonna pick that up for next week. Was it 2 episodes in? We'll pick it up and we'll talk about that next week. We also talked about Land of Liddell and Love of Kill, which is both our sleepers. Right now, Love of Kill is looking real good, and Land of Liddell, another really wholesome one picked by me, myself, and Polo picked Love of Kill. We also talked about Genius Prince raising a nation out of debt. Man, that's another really good concept from, similar to the Realist Hero. Love it.
Very good.
And then our episode of the week being Realist Hero and Ranking of Kings, because we couldn't put Demon Slayer in there. And then, winter season's finally here. Let us know what you're watching this winter season. That's been episode 135 of Mic Check Waifu.
I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
You did 2 mic checks this episode.